Thank you, Madam Chair, and other members of the committee. My name is Devin Chafee. I'm the Executive Director of the New Hampshire Civil Liberties Union. This is obviously an interesting issue for the Civil Liberties Union, which clearly cares quite a bit and prioritizes the privacy of individual citizens, but also recognizes the benefit of providing increased oversight to law enforcement officers when operating in the field. We do know that in some instances these types of cameras, when employed with the correct types of regulations, have had a positive effect in increasing law enforcement oversight. And so the key really here is, as I think has been clear in some of the testimony you've heard before, is just making sure that you have the correct privacy protections are in place, and so that you're balancing these interests in increased oversight and the need to protect privacy. And really I just wanted to speak to say that I'm more than happy to work with the committee to identify some of those areas. I think what we're talking about here is issues like has been discussed: retention, how long should this information be retained, issue of notice, how are the police providing notice to those individuals that they're recording, what kind of disclosure is permitted of this information once it's collected, who is it being shown to. If I'm the subject of this recording, and I know there's a recording of me that the police have, can I get a copy of that? These types of issues. It doesn't mean that that this committee needs to be in charge of micromanaging the department, but just providing some guidelines as far as what are the necessary, providing guidance to at least to the department about what the necessary privacy protections are. And we would be more than happy to work with the committee on that going forward. I also just wanted to highlight, it's great to see that the Commissioner Sweeney has been working with the sponsors of this bill. But I did want to highlight that one of my concerns with his proposal is the other issue that I think the committee needs to be concerned with is how is the bill addressing control over when this recording is happening. Now, in the original bill, it states clearly that it's for all interactions with the public. In the alternative that Commissioner Sweeney has proposed here, it leaves a lot more leeway. And once you create a tremendous amount of leeway into when those cameras can or cannot be turned off, and if there's a lot of discretion there, then you have concerns with the accuracy of what it is that law enforcement officer is recording. That doesn't mean that you necessarily have to have the recordings on 24/7. It just means that you have to have very clear guidelines as to when the recording is on and when it's off. Otherwise, you risk having sort of inaccurate depictions of a particular interaction if, say, a camera's going on in the middle of it. And so that's just another issue with regards in particular to Mr. Sweeney's proposal that I would want the committee to keep in mind. Thank you so much.
I have a question not for the witness but for the chair. I assume this is an early bill since it has a fiscal note. How much time do we have to do it? 6th of February?
I don't know, 4 weeks.
Time flies.
Yeah. When you're having fun.
Except it's Tuesday. Is that it? 6th of February?
I think so. I don't have my
Yeah, I'm
calendar
looking
right
at
now.
that. I'm trying to find out.
Wow.
I think it's when the early bills.
They're not on my desk yet.
Deadline for bills when we're set up. Well, that's all down. What's good?
We have to retain it to study it. We get it money out.
Okay. No questions for that lady? We'll close this hearing on 1575.
Yay.